What up, YouTube? It's your boy Big Cool coming to you from Colossal Boxing Talk, and I am back with another video. But before I get in the video, I'd like to let you know Colossal Boxing Talk is associated with Three Kings Boxing under the movement umbrella. In today's video, I will be discussing a few topics. First up, WBC heavyweight champion Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder says he'll enter the ring, go face-to-face with Joshua in Cardiff. As you all know, both Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder have huge fights coming up. Up first would be Deontay Wilder defending his WBC heavyweight championship belt for the 6th time against King Kong Luis Ortiz, March 3rd in New York City at the Barclays Arena. This is a tough fight for Wilder. It would be looked at as his most credible opponent since probably he's turned pro, definitely since he's won the WBC heavyweight title. And it seems that Deontay Wilder is already looking ahead to bigger and better things, because as you know, Anthony Joshua has a unification bout with WBO heavyweight champion Joseph Parker, March 31st in Cardiff, Wales. Both of those guys are favored to win their fights and meet later on this year for all the belts and the right to be called the undisputed heavyweight champion. But first things first, I'm a big Wilder fan. You know what I'm saying? People that know me know I'm a Wilder guy. But he cannot overlook King Kong Luis Ortiz, because Ortiz is a terrific fighter. You know what I'm saying? He's undefeated. He's a big puncher. He's a Cuban. He comes from that Cuban school of boxing. He's a counter puncher. He's a southpaw. And he's just like I said, he's a very, very dangerous fighter, very skilled. And Deontay Wilder has to keep that in mind, not to look too far ahead in the future at a potential unification bout with Anthony Joshua when he has a dangerous opponent right in front of him. But let's read some of the quotes from Deontay Wilder. This is what he had to say. This is what he exclusively told Sky Sports, because he'd be a part of the, fight crew, calling the fight, or the broadcast team as an expert analyst. This is what he had to say. I will get in the ring and go face to face with him. That would be amazing, and I hope he is anticipating seeing me, and people are anticipating two tough guys to get in the ring. We will call this the preview. This will let people see what our fight will be like. I don't know if it's a typo. It typifies the show as well, because people want to know what's going to happen next. I'm an unpredictable person. I do what people don't expect me to do, but I do things when it's the right time for me to do them. You'll see. I enjoyed myself the first time I came over to work with Sky Sports, and I'm certainly looking forward to doing it again. So, there it is. And he also said to close out, of course, 100% even, 1,000%. We definitely hope Joshua wins. I wouldn't dare curse that he loses, because people don't want to see the best. Because people want to see the best fight the best. I want the heavyweight division to stay lit up as it has been and stay exciting like it is. I don't dislike Anthony Joshua. I don't hate the guy. I actually like him just as much as I like Tyson Fury. So, Deontay Wilder, we all know, he's been calling for Anthony Joshua unification bout for the longest. And he's going to make it really known face-to-face, assuming that he wins the title, or wins his fight with Luis Ortiz, that you're next. Eddie Hearn has been saying, Wilder's next. Anthony Joshua says he's planning on fighting Wilder in 2018. So here we are. But again, I stress to Deontay Wilder, please, please, please do not overlook King Kong Luis Ortiz. Luis Ortiz is motivated. He's eager to finally fulfill his, dream of being a champion. He was a WBA interim heavyweight champion back a few years ago when he defeated Latif Coyote, but that victory was overturned because he failed a drug test for PEDs. So this is his probably last chance at a title. So he's motivated, he's hungry, and he's also very skilled. So Deontay Wilder, while I admire you for wanting to go over to Wales to confront unified champion Anthony Joshua, you must first take care of business March 3rd, live on Showtime from New York at the Barclays Center. To keep your end of the bargain, in place. Now, let's head over down a few weight classes to the welterweight division. Keith Thurman is back in the news. He says 2 fights, then he's ready for Errol Spence. And Keith has kind of been a walking contradiction because we all know famously after one of his fights, I forgot who it was, he was in his post-fight press conference, and I'll put the clip in the video so y'all can see it and y'all know what I'm talking about. He was calling out Paulie Malignaggi at the time, who was the IBF welterweight champion, I believe. And he's like, you can't duck me, son. You can't duck me, son. You know what I'm saying? He was so animated. He was so, confident and really wanted to become a champion. He also called out Floyd Mayweather. You know what I'm saying? And my, how have the, roles reversed? He was once the hunter, now he's the hunted. Errol Spence has been calling for a fight with Keith Thurman since he was 15-0. He called for a fight with him last week after he destroyed Lamont Peterson. And for some reason, Keith Thurman is reluctant to even, up until now, even acknowledge Errol Spence. A lot of people like myself feel that the fight should happen. He should fight 3 times this year. He said 2 fights, but we know Keith Thurman is going to stretch it out because he's already said it numerous of times that he's not going to fight Errol Spence in 2018. 2019 is the year. He said he's calling 2018 his get back year. And yes, we don't like it, but that is what it is. He's obviously now, I forget what my boy 2K called him, Keith and Rutherford, whatever it is, Thurman, or Keith, Josephine Thurman, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? He's acting he's not acting like the Keith one-time Thurman. A lot of people grew to love. A lot of people grew to respect as the guy who was saying, I'm not afraid to let my O go. He used to say this all the time. And now, since he's got a couple victories, he has 2 belts at the welterweight division, got a victory over Danny Garcia and Sean Porter. He feel like, you know what? Errol Spence just haven't done enough. Even though Errol Spence went over to the UK, made Kell Brook quit and took his IBF title, that's still not enough. Okay, so Errol Spence said, you know what? I'll fight Lamont Peterson, one of the only few guys who wanted to face him. He destroyed him, called for a fight with Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman is not interested in fighting him in 2018. And let's, look at his comments. And like I said, we all understand that Keith Thurman is coming off of elbow surgery and he wants to shake off the rust. We understand that, but why not fight 3 times? And what we thought was going to be his return fight in April 21st is pushed back to May 19th. It'll be like a feature split site. Donna Stevens and Badu Jack will be fighting in Canada. And, Keith Thurman will be facing Jesse Vargas, even though that hasn't been officially announced. That is what's going to happen. But let's read some of the comments from Keith Thurman. Here it is. He was talking about the, going into the Garcia fight being injured and keeping things quiet. He said, I was injured during the fight and before the fight. I wasn't going to talk about the injury before the Garcia fight because I didn't want anyone to know about it. It was one of the reasons for me lowering my punch output and manipulating the situation the way that I did. Overall, I was happy with my performance. And what else he had to say? In terms of, having another fight in the fall, and then he feels he'll be ready for Spence in 2019. He said, I can't come off an injury and go to the top of the ladder. Luckily, I'm at the top. We can possibly have a big fight, arguably a Sean Porter rematch. Arguably, there's enough drama to do another Danny Garcia fight. I don't know what's going to happen later this year. I know I'm going to be fighting May 19th. I'm going to be getting back in action. I want something big to happen later. But Errol Spence and expand it outside of the this unification with Garcia into another unification, it's just not going to happen this year. I know that the fans might not understand it, but that's the way it is. I need to fight twice this year, and after that, I'm ready. So basically, he's saying he prefers to face Sean Porter or Danny Garcia in rematches before he gives Errol Spence a shot in a unification bout that will put his WBA and WBC titles on the line against Errol Spence, whose IBF title would be on the line. And let's be real. Keith is simply afraid. And not that he's afraid of him in terms of just he's terrified. He knows what type of threat Errol Spence possesses, or what type of threat he is. He knows that, and it's like beating a dead horse. But Keith Thurman knows that Errol Spence does things that he doesn't like. He's a body punching specialist. Has a very good jab. Same height, reach is equal or close. He's confident, and he's hungry. He's motivated to become the best welterweight in the world. And Keith Thurman is trying to delay that, regain that confidence that he once had, get the ring rust off of him, and like I said, and get himself mentally back into that place where he was calling out Paulie Malignaggi, Floyd Mayweather Jr., talking big money shit to all these guys. So, hopefully we get the fight in 2019. This is his words. Keith Thurman said, 2 fights, then he's ready for Errol Spence. So we're going to see if he's a man of his word. And come early part of 2019, we should have a major unification bout in the welterweight division between Keith, one-time Thurman, and Errol, the Truth Spence. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to Colossal Boxing Talk. Go ahead and drop those comments in the comment section below. Letting me know your thoughts on either one of these topics. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.